That's right. We are lucky enough to have the man, the myth, the legend, Raufeon Stots, the interim champion of the bantamweight division, going into the semifinals against a guy that he absolutely loves, and Danny Sabatello has told him that how lucky that he was that he won his fight because he earned himself an ass whipping. My man, what is up? You got the greatest hair in MMA. I love your hair, dude.
Appreciate you, man.
I would look so goddamn good with that.
You would look amazing.
See?
Bro, grow your shit out. Grow it out, bro. Do it.
God save us.
Yeah.
God help us. Please don't grow that shit out. Please don't.
We need to see it, bro. The world needs to see that. Superstar dreads going on.
No, the world does not need to see that. We can see it on you.
An old man with gray dreads.
No.
Yeah,
I ain't trying to see it.
By the time they got that length, my hair would definitely be gray.
Oh, shit.
So how you feeling, baby? How's everything going? How is the training? It is getting close. December 9th is almost upon us. It's about a week away here now. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling amazing, man. You know, I'm almost feeling too amazing. You know, I feel like every camp, like something goes wrong, and right now everything's going according to plan. You know, and yeah, it's going great. You know, I feel like my weight is good, my shape is good. I'm hitting numbers I want to hit. You know, I got my technique dialed in. You know, we got a good game plan going in. You know, so yeah, I'm excited, man. I just can't wait. This is the point where, man, I wish the fight was tomorrow. You know, which I've been saying this about this guy for a while. You know, I can't wait to put my hands on this guy. But yeah, man, I'm just ready to go.
We had talked about having you guys both on together, and Danny just straight up just said, "I'm tired of him."
Said no, like a little bitch. That motherfucker he don't want to see me. He don't want to see me, and he don't have to see me.
Danny said he's like, "Look, man, I'm tired of that fool riding on my coattails, man. I gotta carry him around every interview. I gotta let everybody know." The only reason people know Stots' name because of me, and I because that's
exactly.
That's
you know why? Because I'm better at trash talking. He hate it, man. He hate that people love me so much. He hate that people hate him so much. He tries so hard too, which was funny. We went to Chicago for his for our little media interaction or whatever, and it was so funny to me that the people in Chicago. He even tried like complimenting the people in Chicago, like, "Oh, these beautiful people here in Chicago. I'm gonna carve this guy's face up." And everybody was like, "Ee, ee, ee." And I said was like, "Hey man, who want me to fuck him up?" And everybody was like, "Ah!" And that's from Chicago. So like, don't nobody fuck with you in Chicago, don't nobody fuck you anywhere, bro. So yeah, man. I can't wait.
Raufeon, look, you have come into Bellator and you lit it on fire because you started off. Yeah, that was I think you got a unanimous decision first one, and that it's tough to come into a new promotion and fight. There's a lot of pressure on you, but from that point, you have been lighting it up. You had the fantastic fight against Magomedov, and then you took on Juan Archuleta in Hawaii. You had the dynamic. I don't know if I can call it a kick or knee or whatever, but it
wasn't a dynamic backflip. I'll tell you that.
Don't worry about that.
We're still talking about the backflip, man.
You ain't never gonna live that one down.
I'm never gonna live it down.
We're gonna set that backflip to the side.
I can do 100 backflips and Josh still gonna be like, "Hey,
I am gonna give you the opportunity to have your moment,
redeem myself
of backflip redemption."
Yeah.
Yes.
I need it.
Okay.
I need it. Please.
We're gonna
Josh
give you
don't want to give it to me. Josh don't want to give it to me.
If you win the World Grand Prix, after you win that $1 million, you do whatever many backflips you fucking want. But don't go fucking it all up right now by knucklehead shit. I see those guys do those backflips off the cage or off
right
the
there. Josh right now is he's trying to protect you because he's afraid, and what he's telling you, Raufeon, is
he pretty much he don't believe in me.
Exactly. He does not believe that you can complete that backflip and you're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Complete as many as you want.
You want to do it even more.
Complete as many as you want with $1 million in your bank. Complete as many as you want with $1 million in your bank.
That sounds nicer. It sounds nicer, but we in the sport of mixed martial arts. You know what I'm saying? We gotta take risks.
Dude,
you gotta go big to win big.
Let's be honest.
Risk.
Let's be honest. You're not going to win $1 million. You're not going to win. You're not going to win $1 million. Your wife's going to win $1 million.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, for sure. That's 100%. Actually, my wife is like pretty frugal, but my family will win $1 million. I got a lot of it's a lot of mouths to feed here.
No. You got kids. Yeah. Your kids are absolutely adorable too.
Oh, man.
They are little chubs. Yeah,
little chubs.
Little chubs. Yeah, especially the little baby now. Like Clarence I feel like he's an atypical, oldest, where he tries to please you and he's like nice. This little baby, the youngest one, is a menace, bro. He's a menace. He's a little menace. He's like pushing kids off of the couch, and we're trying to, tell him.
Told you not to let Josh near him. See what happens?
Justin screwed him up, bro.
Thank you.
Justin screwed him up. This little baby is getting in fights. He probably in a gang at the daycare and shit. This little baby. He probably gonna run around here. But I love him, man.
I could just see your little baby man running around daycare showing his taco meat. Just telling all the ladies.
Belly out. Hey, he out there.
He's telling all the ladies, come feel my taco meat. Come feel my taco meat.
Come feel this.
Come on. Lily Ketchiku, man. Yeah, but I love them. I love these kids, man. And it's actually, a blessing that I'm able to do my camp here in Houston, just because I can see my family, because that does really, it kind of takes a toll on you, going out and doing your camp elsewhere. I'm missing out on the formative years of my kids, and that don't feel good to me.
Well, let's talk about it, because a lot of it is not an easy thing, and most people don't realize. Fighters change when they have kids. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of the mental aspect. Everything changes. Everything's not about you. And so how it has having kids, it seems to me for you, it's worked. You see more discipline, more focused on everything you're doing. Not that you were fighting well before, but you're at a different level now.
No, for sure. And my motivations have changed kind of, as I've grown into an adult. I don't want the same things that I wanted when I was younger. And my children, my family, are big motivators for me, huge motivators for me. And I don't take for granted, what I'm able to do and what I'm sacrificing. I'm sacrificing. So the other day, I'm shadowboxing in the garage, you know what I mean? But this is at night, it's a Friday night, a time where we can go and play. So I'm shadowboxing, getting in a state of mind of fighting somebody. But my kids are here, and so they want to play with me, so I was like, okay, you just come in and play, kind of while I work out. But it's okay, you can only play with me during the off time, which is 30 seconds around. I'm shadowboxing and hitting the bag for 5 minutes, and then I got 30 seconds to play with you. That kind of hurt, It's no, I can't play with you right now. I got to focus on this for you, but it's also a sacrifice for you, and you don't really deserve that, So that stuff, that it lights a fire in my, belly that I got to do this stuff. I'm doing this stuff for them, but also they're sacrificing for me to do this for them. So, I got to, take out the people in front of me, just the way it is.
When you look at Danny Sabatello and you look across the other side of the bracket with Patchy Mix, and Magomedov, who you've already got a win over, do you see any of these guys in that competition? Even if you weren't matched up against Danny, it was going to be Patchy, and you've already fought Magomed. Do you see any of these guys beating you?
I have to put myself in a position where everybody is capable of beating me. But at the same time, I'm not going to let any of these guys beat me. Skill wise, I'm better than all these guys. Athletically wise, I'm better than all these guys. I even think I'm more headstrong than a lot of these guys. But I can't allow myself to overlook anybody in this tournament, because everybody in this tournament is here for a reason, and they want the same thing, if not more than I want. So, I don't believe anybody is, capable of beating me if I'm at my best and dialed in and present in the moment. So yeah.
But you went from Duke Rufus's gym in Milwaukee. Then you moved to Houston, yeah. But then you were kind of still going back to Duke Rufus's. Then there was chances you were in Pettis were going to fight. So then you started going to Extreme Couture's.
Yeah.
You've bounced around quite a bit recently since the tournament started.
Yeah.
Has anything changed in your performances? You feel like what's gotten better and what you feel like is maybe potentially lacking?
So I feel like I was at Rufus Sport for a very long time, that I have like just kind of a foundation, a base of skills that's not really going to leave. I stay sharp on them, and I also contact Duke Rufus and Scott Cushman, and we go over stuff like all the time too. Like there's no like bad blood between me and Rufus Sport or any of the gyms I've been at. So I was just actually in Chicago. We hung out. But yeah. So like I got a good base from Rufus Sport, but I found actually like at the tail end of when I was at Rufus Sport, I went out with Corey Sandhagen and trained with him in Colorado. I'm at the point where I'm able to like pick up other skills from other people and pick out things that work and fit inside my game that I can like work on and improve on. And I'm liking that right now, Of course, I always got to, stick to the stuff that works. And, I always got tools in my pocket that I built, over the years at Rufus Sport. But I feel like now in this phase of my career, I'm able to like, kind of just pick out things from other coaches. Like I'm working with Eve Edwards now. And
fuck that motherfucker.
I mean,
Man, we don't bring that guy's name up on this. Hey, we don't talk. I'm gonna have Dave bleep that name out. I'm gonna bleep that name out of this podcast.
I'm working with beep now, but
I love that guy, man. He's a great guy, by the way. He's a great
dude, man. And he's,
all he says is take that damn spinning back fist and go.
He's a fantastic.
I mean, he don't bring it up, never. He don't never bring it up,
never.
Right. Yeah, you better not tell him you were on this show, bro. He'll be posting that highlight reel
like, what?
all week.
You was where?
All week.
Like, let me see when they were talking about me.
He's a good guy.
So I'm working with him. Eric Nixick also came out to Houston, you know what I mean? And he's helping with game plan and staying accountable, you know what I mean? Which is cool, to have like outside eyes, telling me things that I need to, keep sharp and keep doing or do more of. So, I feel like I'm getting better, I've always been a person that accepts knowledge and like just like learns well, like with people. So I'm learning something from everywhere I go. So I feel like I'm better than I was. I feel like I'm always improving.
How did your training go with Corey Sandhagen?
My training went good with Corey. Me and Corey, I like Corey a lot. Me and him had some like tough rounds. We grappled. I found out he was a better grappler than I thought he was from the outside. He showed me some things striking wise. I showed him some things, or we just kind of like bounced off each other like ideas and things. Like, okay, when I was sparring you, this is what I was looking for, and this was what worked well for me. Which was it was amazing. Like on my first like view of you, this is what I thought. This is what I was looking for. And I feel like that type of stuff is like good, cross training with somebody, at a very high level, that you wouldn't normally get to train with, and got two different like ideas on martial arts, and like ways to go about it, so, it was amazing. And actually I've trained with me and Corey, like, I think we've trained together like had three different occasions where we've, I think I went out there to his place 2 times. He came to my house one time, or at last camp. He didn't come out for this Danny fight because Danny sucks, So I was like, just enjoy your time, off. But we're gonna train again probably after this.
Yeah. Let's talk about this Danny fight, because if there's one thing that both of you have talent, but you guys have brought this fight to a different level based upon your talk, because I thought when you walked into the cage, when he won his fight against Leandro Higo and you walked in that cage, you both were just fantastic. You did exactly what people want to see, hear, to get excited about a fight. You guys sold that. Then you came back and you had your little bit in Chicago and stuff like that. But you guys actually, you may not like each other, but you bounce off of each other very well.
Yeah, I said it before, Superman needs a goddamn arch nemesis, like, you know what I mean? Batman need a Joker, and his sorry ass gotta be my goddamn Joker. No, I appreciate, it was one, I seen an interview the other day where somebody was like, what's your favorite meal? He was like, Stots is a bitch. What's your favorite show? Stots is a bitch. Like, some of the shit is like funny to me. Like, I can't help but laugh, I definitely think he doesn't like that I get the better of like exchanges, face to face, but he probably say the same thing about me. He probably think he got the better of exchanges. So
he said you're using a Disney character now as him. What character are you using?
Yeah, it was Sid.
Sid the sloth. The sloth from Ice Age.
Sid the sloth from Ice Age. Daniela looked like Sid the Sloth. He also looked like MIB Worm. What else I had? Oh, he looked like the fucking villain off of Incredibles, with the hair spiked up, just blonde. Incrediboy or whatever his name was. Yeah, man. He got them Buzz Lightyear chin. It's just a bunch, it's just a bunch of things that I can say about this guy. Big overbite, Disney voice, all type of shit. No, I'm having a blast. But he say some good shit too. He say fuck you. He say Stots is a bitch. He say he sucks and I'm good. I think his vocabulary is limited, but you know what I'm saying? It's good shit.
I was flipping through at the end of the night, and he's on the East Coast, so he posted it probably a little bit earlier, and then I saw he's like, I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Like, and at the very end, he's like, except Stots, that motherfucker. Fuck you, he sucks.
Like, fuck Stots. I just want to say fuck Stots before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I was just reading it. I just started fucking cracking up.
See, and all that shit too. I'm just putting in my pocket.
But doesn't that
put in my pocket?
That tells you. But that tells you you're in his head. He's thinking about you.
No, he definitely thinking about me. He said it one time. He's like, when I go to sleep at night, I think about Stots. He probably love me. He probably gonna love me by the end of this goddamn fight.
Guys, man.
After I beat him up, he gonna love me like a daddy. But yeah.
When you look at what he brings to the table, though, I mean, you've said publicly, you've said it to him as well, is that all you are is a wrestler, and you feel like you're the better wrestler. He's got good cardio. Yep. He will push the action. Do you feel threatened at all anywhere else? Outside of just not being able to stop the takedowns.
No, I don't feel. His two biggest threats are his cardio, and his wrestling. And even if he is better than me in those two things, he's not going to be able to get me out of there. And I feel like I'm gonna be able to, dominate him in any other area of the fight. And that's a big if. Like, you got to be really good to be better than me in wrestling. Like, you got to be like Olympic level wrestler. I've wrestled, with D1 level athletes. I've wrestled with world champion athletes. I've wrestled, so I know where my wrestling stands. And at the end of it's fighting, bro. So you got to be able to wrestle while I'm punching at you, kicking at you, kneeing at you, and then you get me down. Now what? You gonna be able to, you ain't nobody in the world gonna be able to hold me down for 5 rounds. Nobody in the world. Up until like 180. You gotta weigh like 180 stepping in there to fucking hold me down. That's a promise. Can't nobody hold me down. But so even if you take me down once or twice, maybe. You got a whole other different set of problems. I'm no slouch off my back. I know how to move. I know how to create space. So I just don't see it ending well.
We were talking to the bully Bilal Muhammad, who was talking about working out with you and how heavy you were, how strong you were, that you felt like you were a 180-pound fighter to him.
Bro, and I don't want to I don't give a damn if he know my game plan or not. If I take him down, I guarantee you he's not gonna get up, and if he gets up, he's not gonna have the same stamina. And that's another thing about this fight. Like, okay, you got good cardio, right? You have good cardio when you're able to get to your good positions, when you're able to control from the back and hang on somebody's back, when you're able to hang on in somebody's guard, then you have good cardio. Shit, I got good cardio if I can fucking just hang out in stuff I'm comfortable in. What happens when you are not comfortable? When you're not comfortable, what happens when I'm controlling the treadmill when you're running? What happens then? Now we're gonna see where your cardio is.
I fall off the treadmill. That's what I do.
and that's one of the my game plan of the fight. Like, I'm very good at dictating where the fight goes. Like, what happens when I dictate a position that you don't really want to be in for majority of the fight? I'm gonna bet that you ain't willing to do or go to the lengths I'm willing to go to mentally in those positions. So
yeah, everyone's got good cardio when they're the hammer, not the nail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, Magomed has seen that. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing, bro. You thought you was gonna be able to get to my back. You thought you was gonna be able to, ragdoll me around. When you're not, that's a different type of fight for people, and people not ready for that mentally. Especially being at a big gym like ATT, you're not put in positions that, or you're not putting yourself in positions where you need to be the fucking nail a lot because you're just trying to win rounds. You're trying to, to prove yourself to these other great fighters, so you only do your A game stuff. And I know this for a fact. I've been at big gig gyms. I see how people train. So, that's just how.
So you're looking at it like, because he's at a big gym, that he's always just trying to win the round. He's not trying to actually dominate, get the submissions, get the finish, because he don't want to jeopardize losing position.
You can tell by the way he fights. If you can't tell me if Danny Sabatello had the capabilities to finish any of those fights, he wouldn't go and finish. Who the fuck do that? Don't nobody do that. If you have the capability to do something, you gonna do it. Don't say, oh man, I just want to be in there for 5 rounds. I want him to hurt. Like, come on, man. Let's be real. We don't get paid by the hour. You did what you did because that's what you can do. You don't strike with people because that's what you can't, you know what I mean? You can't do it. Like, and I'm not saying it's because you're at a big gym. I'm saying because the person you are, you don't have the humility. You don't have the mental wherewithal to know that this is what I need to work on for my career to progress. So that's
let's look and talk about you both come from a wrestling background, and so he's believing that his wrestling is better than yours. You're believing that your wrestling is better than his. So really, what it comes down to, could the wrestling basically cancel each other out? Now it becomes the stand-up fight. Where is it in his stand-up that you think you can take advantage of what he does? Don't say everywhere. Don't say everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay. So his jab, he throws his jab with his elbow out. He has terrible mechanics in the way he throws his jab. The way he moves his feet is not effective in striking. I mean, I see all this stuff. Like, I'm watching this fight, and that's another thing. Like, I'm studying. Like my base at Rufus Sport, people they taught me like IQ. Like, I can see these things. I can see, where people make mistakes, where people, excel, and where he excels is getting somebody to think he's striking, and then he's changing levels as they're closing distance with him, and he's shooting from a super far, ways away against people who don't have wrestling reactions. You know what I mean? So they don't know how to, block with the hands, down block, things like that. Things like, I don't have to wrestle. I don't have to wrestle with you. I can stop you before you even get to my hips. You know what I mean? So just technically, there's a lot of things that he does bad technically that he gets away with because he relies on his wrestling.
You seem a little bit, since the last time we've talked to you about Danny, and when I had you in Chicago at the desk, we talked a little bit. You seem a little bit more on edge. Is it because we're getting closer to the fight?
Yeah, because we get closer, and the closer I get to the fight, the more bad things I got in my head to do, So I think my demeanor changes a little bit, it's especially with this matchup. Like, shit, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna hurt you, bro. I'm gonna hurt you, and You may take me down. You may not. You better be ready to not take me down because I'm ready for both, and I'm ready to hurt you wherever the fight goes.
This is your first fight in Bellator where you are the main event. There's a lot that goes with that. There's added pressure of being the main event. You are the champion now. You're defending that belt, and it's all the media and everything that goes with it. How do you separate all that and keep yourself focused on Danny?
I feel like it's easy because I don't like Danny, so it's easy for me to focus on that fact.
Do you really not like him?
When you
do you
say
really
like,
not,
oh,
do you really not like him? Do you really not like him? Or is
no,
it just...
I really don't like the way he carries himself. I really don't. I don't. Yeah, I don't. I appreciate the back and forth. I appreciate it, but I don't like Danny as a person. So. The way he carries himself, I don't like it. And that's like even before we was gonna fight. I've seen him, the way he talks about people, other people. I just don't like it. So I'll get to settle our differences.
So now on the other side of the bracket, you've got a guy that you fought in Magomed Magomedov. So you've already got one fight against him, a victory against him, and you have somebody that you kind of trained with a little bit in Patrick Mix at Extreme Couture for a little bit. Who is it that you would rather face in the finals?
I feel like Magomed would be a tougher fight because he knows how good I am and he knows he has to train more and he has to, I feel like he would be more reserved. I think he thought he was gonna run me over the last time, and when that didn't happen, that kind of rattled him. Patchy Mix, though, I feel like he has a better chance to win this fight just off of his previous performances, like the things that I feel like he suffered at. Even with the loss to Juan Archuleta, I feel like he's improved upon, and he proved me wrong in that Koraguchi fight. I didn't even see him winning that fight at all. And with like Magomed, if Magomed lets him get to his back, that's not a guy that you want to be there. Magomed is savvy there, but I feel like Patchy is super dangerous there. In any grappling situation. Yeah, so I think Patchy will win that fight just because he could just because if
you don't sound too sure.
Him to get to his back,
you don't sound too sure.
So I was saying Magomed. I was saying Magomed. Yeah, it is a toss up. I was saying Magomed for the longest, and then now I'm like, kind of what's the name? Thinking Patchy. I don't really know, bro. I don't know. I'm just talking. I don't know.
Pat, it's funny because they both have both are grappling based and very unique styles to both, and when when Patchy does what he does, look at him against Horiguchi, he was fantastic. And Magomed, look at him against Barzola. He was fantastic.
Yeah, he was amazing.
So it's I understand why you're like, I'm going this way. No, I'm going this way. Just say, I don't know.
I don't know. That's what I should have said. I have no idea. I don't know.
I have no clue. Doesn't matter. Got my own fight. I don't have to worry about that.
Have you thought far enough ahead? Has this been in the back of your mind that you are the interim champ? If you finish out, you'll be the World Grand Prix champion. That you're going to have to fight your teammate to unify these titles. Is that in your mind?
That's way in the back. It's in there somewhere.
But it's still there, though, right?
Yeah, it's there, but I ain't trying to think about it right now. It's in the back there, though. I thought about it,
Do you guys talk? Do you guys talk? Do you guys keep in touch and kind of kick it around? And
like we was saying, we hit each other up on Instagram a little bit. We play
you let them know
where we get be on Fortnite at the same time.
You let him know he's gonna have to face a taco meat, right? You gonna let him know you got to face taco meat.
I think he knows, man. I think he knows. It's funny, like when we were training together, like we would say, our coach Scott Cushman, like it was like after I had fought Magomed, I think, I think I said I was just like, man, what if I gotta fight this guy that's like Hispanic and he's like, you know what I mean? He's like a younger brother of a big, Showtime guy, and he's very good on his feet or whatever. And then we all started laughing, but it was like an awkward laugh, like, damn, we probably is. That shit probably gonna happen. So
Oh
it's just
shit.
kind of be like, it's kind of, yeah, it's a sticky situation. It ain't really sticky, but it's just like, yeah, it's crazy.
Is the separation of you leaving you're not leaving the gym, but you're
Yeah,
not being at the gym
yeah,
now? Has that
yeah,
made it
Make it a little easier.
a little
yeah.
easier?
That definitely
More,
makes it a little easier to like wrap my head around. Like I haven't practiced with him in about a year, so like that makes it easier, to like wrap my head around it. Yeah, and I
but
didn't
don't you?
move Richard Sport because of that. I moved because I had a second child and I'm from Houston and I was gonna be closer to my family and stuff.
Yeah.
But don't you just look at like
So,
it's
yeah,
business, and in business,
yeah, and
if I can do something that's going to make Josh a lot of money, I won't do it. Now,
yeah,
of course, I would do it because that's my brother.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's just
and
business.
that's when I like thought about it. I think about like, yeah, I love Sergio. Sergio's my boy,
That's
but
it.
at the same time, I love my family.
A
I
little bit
can't,
more.
I'm not. Yeah, I love my family more. It's not fair for me, or it's not fair to them for me to not take this fight with Sergio. And not give them the opportunity to reap the benefits of that. So
Got it.
at the end of the day, and at the end of the day, we're gonna be cool afterwards. We're gonna beat shit out of each other a lot. So what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be no different.
So back to the Danny Sabatello fight. How does this fight end in your mind?
Man, you know what? I was thinking about the other day. I might just TKO him and then wave the
What,
ref off. Like
what's it? What's
say,
it? What? I never understand this. How can someone sit there? You understand what a TKO is, right?
yeah, yeah,
No.
I like
See?
punch him
No,
until the
no,
ref
no.
try to.
See,
Or
he
no.
got that
Oh,
look.
He doesn't.
That's,
He
that's
doesn't.
that's a fighter look right
Oh,
there.
I
Like,
don't know. I guess
yeah, I
don't
hear
know.
it all the time.
I'm on the spot
Yeah,
now.
see?
I don't mean to put you on the spot, brother. Look, why?
Yeah, put me on the spot.
You want a KO? What is the difference between in MMA?
So
What's the
this
difference?
okay?
in
No,
a
I do
knockout
want a
and a
TKO.
TKO.
This is why I'm. This
Okay,
is what
let's
I
hear
want.
it.
I want a TKO because I want to beat the shit out of him to the point where the ref is like coming, and then I can wave him off like, no, he good, he good. I'm gonna help him up, so the ref
You're
will
gonna give him
stand
time.
back, and I can beat the shit out of him some more. Then I can knock him out. Yeah, I want to. Yeah, I want him to eat. I want him to eat a lot of damage, before the
So
ref
you
like
want to
come
torture?
in
You want to torture
and,
him?
and try to stop me.
You want to
Yeah,
torture him into
but
that TKO finish?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
That's what I want to
all
do.
right. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. That makes sense.
So it was a
That
TKO.
would
I don't want to knock him out. I
it
don't
would
want
be
to
a
knock him out
TKO.
cold. Maybe the second time. After I had my fill of damage, then I can knock him out cold. But I want to like hurt him. I want to hurt him bad.
Such
You,
ill
when you start
intent.
moving your hands,
That's
you
great.
remind me a little bit of like Eddie Murphy when he would do some of his comedy stuff. It just,
Hercules. Yeah.
it just,
So,
it comes out naturally. Yeah,
it do come out.
yeah.
It do. I can't
Okay.
help it.
Oh man.
But,
Yeah. John took my last question for me, man. I wanted to know how you thought it was going to end, but it's coming up on fight week. I talked to Danny about
Yeah.
it. He just said, look, everything pretty much stays the same. Stay focused. He's surrounded by the people that he's surrounded by. Like you seem during the week when we see you seem pretty lighthearted. Like, filming
Yeah.
videos of other guys in the elevators, talking shit to them, still doing that stuff.
Yeah.
You've got these guys
Yeah.
that are going to be around. You've got Magomed. He probably don't understand what you're saying. And he
Yeah.
don't care. He's just that guy,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you got Patchy. He'll be around, and I don't know if Sergio's coming out for this or not, but
That'd be cool.
But then being around like during that week, what's different for you in that week of fight, or do you just stay even
So-
killing, still just having fun?
So my fight week is probably the easiest week I got. I'm just like actively recovering, like vibing out, yeah, I'm pretty chill, I'm spending a lot of alone time, getting into the headspace of a fight, but I'm chilling until, it's time to work, do my little workouts, actively recover. Yeah, it's pretty chill. I'm pretty chill.
What's the last thing you want to tell
Like-
everybody that's listening right now about this fight?
Listen to me. I'm gonna beat the shit out of this dude, Danny Sabatello. And I cannot wait. I literally cannot wait.